but nothing's happened to her. She's still working there. She only works like half the day, and she's still there. So, whatever. They're supposed to be implementing. Oh, I don't know if I told you. I feel like every time I've like gone to talk about it, I keep getting sidetracked. The 30th this month, they're supposed to implement this FINS program for all of the company sites in the US. Basically, it's being super strict on attendance, being like if you come back from break, even a few minutes late, half a point. Get 6 points, get fired. No ifs, ands, buts. No long breaks, being early, no coming in late. What else? There's a lot of other stuff too. Oh yeah, no last minute vacation. You have to notify your supervisors within 2 days. 2 days minimum. You're gonna put in request for vacation or want vacation, which is understandable. 2 days minimum. And if they say no and you do it anyways, that's probably a point. And it's all this other type of stuff too. But like, it doesn't really bother me. Like, it's not really gonna affect me all that much. It's just sucks that our supervisor's discretion. So they're the ones who decide about the whole point thing. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens to the two of them. Because for me, like I said, I take 30-minute breaks. Take like 2. Sometimes I'll take like just 1.
At my work, we get a 15, a 30, and a 15. The 30 is not paid. It's the lunch, and the 2 15s
yeah, I mean,
are paid.
that's how it is, yeah. It's like that in California too. For our labor laws, you get 2 15s and a 30. But like, you know, my department is the way that it is. We don't have scheduled break times or lunch times. We all just kind of go.
We do 2-hour increments.
Yeah, that's normal. That's what most places do. And then they have it like scheduled, or they tell you when you have to take it. Like, go to your break, go to your lunch, go to your break. But they don't do that in my department. Just all go individually when we feel like it is time for a break, or when we feel like it is time for our lunch. Take our lunches or our breaks together. Don't have a schedule.
Okay. Oh, I feel like combining all my breaks.
That's what my coworkers do. Well, the 2 girls. But they'll do, oh, I'm gonna combine all my breaks times 3.
Oh.
They'll go hour break here, hour break there, hour break here. Oh, would you look at the time? I guess I'm going home. Bye, guys. They just then the one younger girl will just leave about the same time I do. She can't leave until like 11 p.m. So like she'll leave about 9, sit in the break room or walk around or something for 2 hours. She's crazy.
Crazy? How?
Been doing this shit for over 2 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that girl. Break.
Yeah. Fucking crazy. I think that's crazy. Literally think that is like bonkers. I mean, I guess it is hopefully good that they're doing this whole attendance thing so that people like that can be weeded out. I mean, if they were just working on their own and had no effect on anybody but themselves, I wouldn't care as much. But it's the fact that we're working on a line, all 3 of us, like nobody in our department gets to do the same shit that those 2 do. Because my coworker didn't get the rest of the material to me until 8. And then they stayed till about 9:30, split it between the 2 of them to finish. Probably like 9, like almost 10 o'clock. And then today I went to first station and I was gonna do one lot on first station or maybe two lots on first station and then switch over to final like the third station and help look at the material. But after like I saw like I tried really hard to get like the first batch done and then she just was like moving super slow. She didn't finish the first batch. My other coworker, my coworker that was after me, the girl from third shift, she didn't finish her batch of material or the batch that I had finished. She didn't finish it until like after 7 p.m. And she should have finished it before she went to break like I did the day before, but she uh she didn't finish it till like 7 something, and then I was had enough material for her to start on for for the second batch, so she could have hopped right on it. And a different coworker was bored and decided to prep that material so it was ready for her to just start cutting. And she just was taking her sweet time and then just decided she wasn't gonna do anymore. So she cut like maybe another 1 or 200 parts out of that batch. And then I was like, "So do you think you can finish this tonight?" And she's like, "I'm not touching that." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay." I was so defeated. I'm like, so I pushed really, really, really fucking hard to get this to her. Like, really hard. Like, to the point that, like, half of my hand is still fucking numb. That, like, and she just decided to just give up. She's like, "I'm not doing this." And I was just like, "Okay." I wanted to fucking kill myself. I was like, I, I'm literally getting told to work harder, work faster, and for us to all work faster and harder. And then my one coworker gives up after one batch of material. And she's like, "I'm not doing this." And I can't do anything about it. I can't sign on and I can't do what she's doing because I'm supposed to be checking the material tomorrow. And when you're doing second station, you can't do third station on that batch that you did second station. So like her signing on to second station, she cannot help check those parts. It's a conflict of interest. It's not allowed in her documentation. So my other coworker that's after her cannot sign on to that to fill up the deficit. Well, that both of them created, but that the coworker from third shift created because she's already signed on and checking the parts. I can't sign on to that second station because I'm supposed to be checking the parts for that next batch or at least helping. So I couldn't do anything. I just had to go, "Okay, look at the parts, feel fucking awful, and then just keep trying to do what I'm doing." Because I already finished. I finished both batches. So then I was like, "Well, fuck it. Bless you." I was like, "Well, fuck it. If she's just gonna fucking give up, I'm just gonna keep going." I'm like, "Well, I still have like an hour left. I have to keep going." And both of them still had like another like 2 hours left of work. And then the one from third shift just decided to just, I don't want to say fool and fart around, but she just decided to do other shit instead of that. Which, like, I understand, but at the same time, she only did one batch. Like, what does she have to cry and whine about? "Oh man, I worked so hard today. I did the bare minimum." Yeah, congratulations. It's like I did fucking double the amount of work than the two of them, and like I just wanted to get it done. I just like fulfilling my promises, but I know my coworker has told me in the past that like you can only do what you can do, which is usually what I say. You can only do what you can do. And he told me he's like if they're, towards my coworker that well both of them take long breaks and just are fucking slow sometimes. And the when I used to work with the other girl, just her and I, he used to tell me that if you guys can't reach your quota because she's not working, then just do what you're supposed to do. Don't kill yourself trying to cover for her. So I think about that too sometimes. He's like, if they try to give you shit and they try to give you a hard time over what's going on, just tell the truth. He used to tell me that all the time. He's like, if they give you a hard time or they try to throw you under the bus for you guys not reaching your quota, he's like, just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Just tell them what's going on. And I'll back you up. And he's like, and yeah, pretty much like basically just would tell me just tell the truth. So today, you know what I did? I threw her ass under the bus so hard that I don't know if she'll be able to get up.
Oh.
Not my third shift coworker, the other one. She came into work. Well, I don't know when she came into work, but I do know what time she came into the room. She came into the room at about 2:30. She worked 30 minutes and then went out to break for 45 minutes.
Oh.
She was in the room and not even like worked for 30 fucking minutes. I'm not kidding. I looked at the time and then she left. And I asked my coworker, I was like, did she just fucking leave? I'm like, did she leave? And she's like, I don't know. And I like looked, and then I looked around, and I like kind of walked around the room, and I was like, she fucking left. I'm like, she left. I was like, she came in about 2:30, right? And then she like nodded. She's like, well, yeah, I think so. And like I looked at the time, and I was like, I fucking had it. I was like, I fucking had it. I'm fucking over this shit. And because I've been dealing with this for over a year, and the shit with her caused one of my other coworkers to quit. So like a while ago, uh, like probably about like 8 months ago or something like that. My coworker who had been there like for just as long as that girl fucking quit. Like she just stopped showing up to work. She switched to first shift, and then first shift would do the same shit, if not worse. And then she lasted maybe like 2 or 3 months, and then she fucking quit. Like she's like, I fucking had it. She was a really cool lady. I don't fucking blame her. I couldn't imagine like going from one shit shift to another, and then finding out that that shift does worse shit. Oh man. But yeah, it's like so I was so mad because she came back and then she worked like 45 minutes. No, 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 sorry. No, she was gone 45 minutes roughly. She came back. She worked maybe another 30 or 40, yeah, 30 or 45 minutes, and then she left again. And I was like, "You know what? I fucking had it." And I went over to the supervisor's thing, and I like kind of they had the door closed because they were like in a meeting, and I just kind of like waved like at the window, and then they're like, "Okay, come in." I went in, and I was like, "Hey, can I talk to the both of you, like first shift supervisor and then their second shift supervisor in training?" And they're like, "Yeah." and they're like, we're in a meeting right now. I was like, it's okay. I was like, after the meeting, just let me know when it's done. And they're like, okay. So then eventually, some time passes, and she's still not in. Probably like another 30, 45 minutes pass. Um, Probably close to like an hour. And then I go and talk with them, and I like, go to talk to the one guy, and he's like trying to talk to me out in the open. I was like, no, 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 no. I'm like, we're gonna go in there, and then he goes, oh. And then we go into the office, and I like wave over the first shift supervisor, and I was like, okay. I was like, I'm trying to think of how to word this. The whole time after I told them that I wanted to talk to them, and even up to the time that I was gonna talk to them, I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna make this all professional. I'm gonna say whatever, and then I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. And I just told them, and I was like, I've had enough of this shit. And I just told them basically like exactly like that. I was like, I've had enough of this shit. I was like, since the entire time that I've been here, over a year, this has been going on. And I told them, I said, my coworker, I was like, she she will work like 30 minutes. She comes in about 2:30. She will work 30 minutes and then go out to break, be out for break for like 30, 45 minutes, an hour, come back in, work another 30 minutes, maybe an hour, go back out, and maybe go back out for another 30 minutes, 45 minutes, hour, come back in, work maybe possibly another hour, go back out. And so I told him, I was like, she does this all day, every day. I'm like, she keeps going out for long periods of time, working like absolutely nothing. I was like, and I just told him, I was like, she's only working like 3 to 4 hours a day. I was like, she clocks in and she's not working. I'm like, she's not working. I'm like, she takes these long ass breaks several times a day. You know what I've noticed this week though? I think she's coming to work early like I am, except she's staying outside. She's maybe clocking in and then she's
Oh,
like walking around, fucking around, or she's going to the mall or something because the past 2 days, when I have left, she has clocked out. She's supposed to be there till 11. And the past 2 days, she's clocking out around the time that I'm clocking out and leaving.
I see.
So that means that if she's coming to work at the same time as me, that means she's sitting in the fucking break room or going to the mall or clocking in and hiding somewhere for over an hour. Like, yeah, probably an hour, hour and 30 minutes. She's hiding somewhere or walking around or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I have no idea what's going on. Well, that's kind of a lie. I have a pretty good idea of what's going on. But all I know for sure is that she's only working 3 to 4 hours a day, 5 hours max out of 8. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Somebody can work fucking a full time job and only technically work part time, and they're getting paid full time to sit in the break room or go walk to the fucking mall. And I told them I was like, when I leave, she leaves at the same time as me. I was like, she comes in late and then she leaves at the same time as me. I was like, and I come in early. And I was like, she will leave at the same time I do or earlier than I do or sometimes a little after me. And I told him, I was like, and she'll either sit in the break room for the rest of the day or she'll go walk over to the fucking Cheesecake Factory. I'm like, she can't fucking leave until like 11. So she does not come back into the room. And I told him, I said, sometimes she will she'll leave for an extended period of time and then she will come back in and sign off. And then it was like a lot of like then it's like a lot of light bulbs were like clicking where they're just like, oh, like, and I was like, you can ask anybody. I'm like, they used to make jokes about it. I was like, she and I don't usually do this, but it's been over a year. I told them, I said, I told, and they're like, well, did my old supervisor know about it? And I said, yes. I said, yes, he did. They're like, he knew about it. He didn't do anything. And I was like, I have nothing against him. He's cool. I don't have a problem with him. But yes, I was like, he did know. He did 100% know. Because I talked to him over 6 months ago, telling him about this around the holidays, and he told me that it's the holidays, that it's silly season, and that it'll get better. And I just told him, I said, guess what? It did not fucking get better. I'm like, it is the same. I'm like, it is the same. I was like, it was the same before that, and it's the same after that. Basically, a bunch of tea. I'm giving you a bunch of tea. You didn't ask for it, but I'm still giving it to you. You're probably like, I just want to play my game. Please shut up.
I'm not doing anything interesting. I'm trying to solve a puzzle using number patterns and
Oh,
on
oh hell
scrambling.
nah. As soon as you said numbers, you lost me. Nope.
Yeah, the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War has you have to do these things to unlock the side stuff, like the final
Yeah, as soon
boss
as you
kit
said numbers,
mission.
I was like, yeah, no. Yeah, so this is how my work is going. I'm getting worked to death now with like two coworkers who are just giving up. One just doesn't give a fuck anymore, and the other one has never given the fuck. Like she's never given a fuck, and she spends most of her time not even fucking working. Like they both roughly do about the same things, but one well, both of them can try when they want to, but it's like one is like, and I just told her straight to her face, the one that like wouldn't look or talk to me anymore, and I just told her, I was like, I don't have a problem with you. I was like, I've never had a problem with you, and I was like, and I don't have a problem with you. I was like, I just wanted to tell you that, like, to your face, of like, I just told her, I was like, I don't have a problem with you. I was like, I don't dislike you, and I was like, don't, I was like, I don't like not like you, and I was like, and I don't have a problem with you. And then she just like was like, I know, and I was like, okay. She just was quiet for like a moment or two, and then she's just like, I know. And then I was like, I was like, I just get frustrated about this stuff sometimes. And she's like, yeah. She's like, it's not fair how it's set up. And it doesn't really matter to me whether we talk or not. Like, friendly, like camaraderie. It's like I just really wish that we could work together. I don't understand. Like, if my other coworker, because I asked her, I was like, are you gonna finish this tomorrow? And she said, I don't know. So I'm wondering if she's gonna quit or call tomorrow off. I wouldn't doubt it. Like I wouldn't really be upset at her. I would just be disappointed because I'm thinking about doing the same thing. I'm not gonna do the same thing, but fucking sucks. It sucks to be at a job where almost every day you think about calling out.
Oh,
Well, but yeah, I basically just threw her really fucking hard under the bus cuz I guess they didn't know that she was doing that. She was doing the whole like she leaves and then she doesn't sign out until she comes back. And then they're like, well, because he's basically like, he said something along the lines of like to the other supervisor, the supervisor in training. He's like, he basically was like, oh, you know how I told you that you can tell when somebody's not working. He's like, well, she she's making it hard to tell that she's not working, like via paperwork, like computer logins and stuff. And what's it called? See, I'm bad about that type of stuff too. Like sometimes I'll finish with something like hours before I sign off because sometimes
I'll like to sign off on two tasks that I've done at the same time. So I'll be like, well, I don't feel like stepping out and like signing into the computer and doing all this fucking signing out bullshit. I'm like, I could just sign both at the same time. So sometimes I'll do that, like I did today. Like technically via paperwork, I didn't finish um the two batches that I did until like last minute. But that's not true. Like I finished them like an hour or two before I had logged in that I had finished them. So it can work both ways. They can either, basically have the paperwork and go, oh well, what were you doing during this time? And I can just be like, I forgot to sign out, or I forgot to sign in, or whatever. But I don't know. Just yeah, just a bunch of bullshit. Like she's trying to cover her tracks. She used to do that like fucking bad before. Like where she would go out so many times that she would disappear and you never know when she's going or where she's going. Um and there was a couple times where we were trying to get batches of material done and everyone has to be signed out on a batch on a batch of material before that material can be turned into QC. And it would be towards the end of the day and we would need to get this batch in by a certain time. She would disappear to either when she needs to finish something or when she needed to sign off. Either way, most of the time it would be both. She needed to finish and she needed to sign off. And she would be gone. Like she would just disappear. And then she would just randomly waltz in and sign off like before she went home. So the rest of us would be like waiting on her or like not able to turn in our batch of material. That's crazy. That is just straight up crazy that she's just hasn't gotten fired. And I think I told you, but like she's gotten fired from like every other job she's had. She told me that. Not like I didn't. I'm not just guessing that. I'm not just. She literally told me. She's told me basically that she's gotten fired at like every job she's been at. I wonder why. I don't feel like this. Like you would think that like if you've been fired from every job you've ever had, that and it's been more than one. I think she said it's like three or four or something. But she said that this is her favorite one that she wants to stay at this job. Yeah, it's her favorite one because she gets away with so much bullshit. Like she literally gets to not work. Who wouldn't love their job? She gets fucking paid. Like a lot of my coworkers would make jokes and stuff about her weight and stuff because she eats a lot, and they would say like, or they would like make jokes and talk about which is, I mean, it is true that she does every time she takes a break, she's usually eaten, but she what's it called? They would be like, well, why does she even take all these breaks? Like, she's just going out there to go and eat, and she would. Like she would walk all the way to like the other side of like the mall, which is like at least a few miles away. She would take all that time to go walk over there to pick up food and then walk all the way back. I don't know. She's fucking crazy. I'm just so fucking tired of her. Cause like I used to feel, and I was thinking about that today. When I had mentioned when I had mentioned about her like over 6 months ago, or when I first, started getting really frustrated over what she's doing and when I first started realizing, I used to feel so bad when I would get frustrated and talk about her, like with my other coworker. Oh my god, I'd be riddled with guilt with like the rest of the day and the rest of the week. And then um and then when I got so pissed off at her that I ranted to my supervisor in front of everybody, I felt so terrible after because of how he dismissed me and told me to like basically to get over it and be quiet. That no one else has complained about it to him except for me and my other coworker that he was best friends with. So he's like, oh well, she's got a lot of stuff going on at home, basically telling me to get over it. And I'm just like, we all have stuff going on at home. We all have things happening that are at home while we're at work. We all have things that we have to take care of. Otherwise, we wouldn't be working here. That's part of work. Like, that's just how work works. You're missing out on stuff when you're at work. And then he was like, oh, but her family. And I'm like, a lot of our families are shit. My family is shit. It's just a bunch of BS. Just a lot of BS. But, oh, man, that's some good shit. Oh my god, I actually kind of want to buy this. Sorry, I was looking in the store in the game. But, I just told him, I was like, we're all going through stuff. Every single one of us is going through stuff. That doesn't give you a free pass to take advantage of everyone. A bunch of other shit. But anyways, yeah, basically I was just telling him, like, he needs to handle this. I've had enough. And he told me, basically, yeah, that, like, he just dismissed the hell out of me. He's like, oh, it'll get better, I promise. But he wasn't gonna do anything about it. But anyways, they said they were gonna talk to the manager about it and basically talk with him to see how he wants to handle it. Because if they fire her, because there's a whole process they have to go through, which is what they were telling me. Because it's a big corporate company, so they can't just let go of somebody, especially since she's hired on. She should have never been hired on. Like, and I told them, I was like, now that the old second shift supervisor is no longer here, I'm like, she has no protection anymore. I'm like, there is nobody here to protect her anymore. I was like, nobody's gonna cover her butt anymore. Or no one's gonna cover her ass anymore. And I told him that. I was like, I understand that, like, you guys are probably also, holding off and waiting until, like, the whole paper goes through at the end of this month for, like, the point thing. Because then, if she accumulates enough points, she will be fired whether she likes it or not. So all they would have to do is just sit back and watch her accumulate points. She could probably she can probably hit like a all-time record and just do like 2 points a day. It'd take 3 days and she'd be gone. Like, it would take like one day and then she would get a talking to, 2 days or write up, 3 days fired. Like, fucking crazy. If they implemented that, like, right now, like, they could literally just fire her on the spot. They could be like, yeah, so you've accumulated 6 points, goodbye. Fucking yay. Sorry, I'm just frustrated. I'm just so tired of all this BS.